You are the chosen one.
Hello, and welcome back to Chosen One Studios' Let's Play of Recettear. As you can tell from looking around, this is not the save that we were on before. Reason being that a lot of my footage got lost, I had some very major technical issues, which led us to the point where, since I was already thinking that I really couldn't show too much more dungeon stuff, I couldn't show too much more shop sim stuff, what I'm going to show you now is, well, a little bit of endgame content, and just other characters inside of the dungeon. So first, we'll talk to Tyr, and look at the store atmosphere. Because of what we can do right now, it's set to dark, which gets certain characters to show up that wouldn't normally. Certain characters, of course, won't show up. This is accomplished by doing... let's see, where is that? I think it's by talking to Tyr. By going over to... oh wait, no. Nope. Oh yes, but items. All these carpets and things, all these counters and things, allow us to change the way our store works. And those are all very important. Click there, we can change the walls. We can make it into, let's see, something that looks cool. We had it set to heretical, because that makes it all evil looking. But we can set everything all Eastern themed, give it a plank floor again, change the carpets into fancy carpets, move certain tables around. You'll also notice that this place... oh, we can also change the tables into my favorite name is the Legendary Counter. Yes, they're Amazon boxes. Well, they're just boxes. Wooden counters when you start out with, barrel counter, draped counter, heretical table. But I'm going to put it all back to heretical because that's there for a reason, so that I can get a character to show up who may or may not show up during this recording. But, yep, and then you can choose to open the store. One thing that I'd like to mention is vending machines. What you do, you just choose whatever item you want, you stick it in there, like I have unthankful statues in this one, and then, a full blade in this one. What they do is, some people will just come in, take something out of one of these, and you don't get any merch points for it, but you do get the money, and it gets rid of inventory you don't really care about. Right now, in 4 days, Kylo will want some accessories, but that gives us plenty of time for me to show you how some of the other characters work. But first, we're going to stop by the Merchant's Guild, and I'm going to show you fusion. As I said I would before. For example, survival knife. We get the crafter's knife and the fin fan, and we create one of those. In this case, it's a +4. Gilded sword requires those things. We can make knight armor. Oh, it looks so cool. An azure necklace. Miracle charm. All kinds of stuff. I don't have any of the higher level ones completely yet because they require a lot of different items, especially rare items, and that can be harder to find. But now, let's head over to the Adventurers Guild. As you can see, we have a lot more different characters than before. While Louis is obviously my highest from my first game, I also have Charm, who's cool, but I never got a lot of practice with her, Kylo, TL, and Ilan. I'll show you a little bit of each of them. First thing I want to show off is Kylo. He's not really my style, but he's definitely good against bosses. So we're going to send him out on a boss rush. The Crowned Slime, Lord of the Slimes. The way Kylo works is he has a very weak physical attack. Oh, and then I get a critical. Obviously, he's going to be better than not against these guys because he has good equipment, but as you can see, fairly weak attack. But it does restore his magic. His main strength, however, is his magic. One spell just killed the King of the Slimes. His ice spell. If you charge up his attacks, he can shoot out a blast, and his physical attacks restore some magic. Here's Reginald Drisby, Mouse with a Grudge. Reginald Drisby always reminds me of the song Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles. You even get SP just from that. Now we'll show up another spell. Not a very good one for that boss. particular. Ow! He is, however, a lot more fragile than most of the other characters. And he's a very low level too, which doesn't help. But as you can see, with minimal effort, ow! He just trashes these bosses. Rather impressive, really. I have barely leveled him up. He does have some pretty good equipment, but that's really all. That's honestly all. Go on to the next floor, where we fight Charm. First time you meet her is through a fight with her. She's a pretty tricky opponent for Louis. Ow, because of his very bad speed. But due to his magic, Kylo isn't very afraid of her. If I'd been smart against Eleanor Rigby. I mean, Reginald Drisby. We didn't really lose anything from that, though. But because I want to show off more of the Adventurers Guild, you'll join me back there after a very brief cut. So here we are, back just about to leave, with Charm herself. She is a much different character than Kylo. She has a few more spells, and is very interesting because her whole shtick, which I will show in just a moment, once the slime shrinks it a little bit, is this. She can create little miniature duplicates of herself. They all move in the same direction that she does, so you can use this to have a whole lot of her filling up your screen. Here's the slime liver, by the way, that you need to get Kylo to join your party. She also has this attack that will show off against Reginald himself. One of her most important aspects, though, especially compared to Louis, we'll see very quickly how useful she can do that. Ah. You do have to get good at running with her, though, because if you smack into a wall, she falls over, and that can be very bad against a boss. Obviously. And that's her other special attack, a dash. She has the web, or the net that you saw her throw down. I just didn't have her use it because just wasn't a lot of use in it. She's pretty strong, and she has very good equipment because she's a very regular customer to my shop. I love how she runs. It's very smooth controls. Except for when the FPS drops to 9 for no good reason. So now we'll have Charm versus Charm. The Lady Thief. And we'll just use up all the last of her magic. If you maneuver them right, your enemy will never get anywhere near Charm. They do run out after a little while though, but it also works as an attack, her dash. Very weak attack. Oh wait, no, that's another character. And we got her item, the Booze of the World, which is suiting for her. But that is Charm. And after a little bit of a cut, I'll show you our next And here we are, grabbing up Elon, the Black Belt. We'll just grab him some useful items, since he's not as regular of a customer to my shop, and he tends to not have as much money, which can be kind of nasty, since I like my people staying alive and he doesn't seem to enjoy that. Silly him, I guess. Let's see here. All kinds of broken rings. Don't want to give you those things. Oh, each time you beat the game, you will get a true card of a character. What those are is the cards that means that even on New Game Pluses, they'll join you instantly. It's so sweet. But here, I'm just grabbing some, let's see here, HP? Oh, yeah, that also decreases other stuff. Okay. Grab a couple peoples, and then we'll depart with Elon. But that's essentially whichever character you use the most. Once you hit day 31 and the main game ends, that character will give you a true card, whoever you use the most. You'll be able to start them off next time you new game. As soon as you beat the game, you can just keep playing infinitely until you decide that you don't want to anymore. And now we'll go to the boss rush of the Amber Garden, just so I can show off more of the game. Come on. Yeah, equip items in bag. And we have the Ibat King. Elan can dodge, or can run, but only in one direction, so you can't turn like you can with Charm. The Ibat King also is very much resembling of an Ahriman from Final Fantasy. It's very cool. He has very hard-hitting attacks, but he's very slow. Although I think you can get combos off if you're actually against an enemy. Or I'm thinking of someone else. He's very powerful, though. And this is just with some cheap... Well, this is actually with some of the best equipment in the game, but without a whole lot of any items. That's one of his attacks. Very useful one, as you can see. Ibat King, the main trick is dodging his lasers and killing off the bats that surround him. Obviously enough. And those are some coffee beans, one of his rare drops. Yeah, I swear he can make a combo hit. I'm just not doing it right. Moving on to the next floor with Elan is the Insect King. Large, armored, angry. Ow. And that was practically a one-hit KO. He just sort of rolls, does a whole bunch of combos, hits very hard. He's better than Louis due to his speed. Honestly, in the earlier dungeons, speed doesn't matter that much, so Louis' not all that bad of a character. But considering that he can't dash like this, it's a real liability if there's any enemies that, well, he can't get close to certain enemies, so that's actually why I stopped using Louis as my primary. And I think... let's see here... Volcanic Crab, Explosive Shellfish. He's a fun little boss. Actually a puzzle boss. There's not very many of those. But the whole trick is to make that bomb explode. Flips him over. And then you can attack him. That makes enough sense, right? But I think that we've shown off enough of Elan. And we'll move on to showing TL, my personal favorite character. After welcome back. As you can see, her harp bow is the best bow, sailor suit's the best suit, and she's level 59, which shows that I rather like her as a character. I wish there were a few more items that she would buy, but till she gets around to it, I'm very happy with what she's gotten herself so far. Just gonna throw her a couple of items that she doesn't have the best of yet. And what item is she missing? So one of these? Yeah. So we'll give her the wing charm. And let's see here. Grab some healing items. Melons are okay. What do I usually use? Kids' lunch is a special item, by the way. Heals a bunch of stuff. Oh, pink text, by the way, means that the price is currently up on an item. Blue text means the price is currently down, which means that stuff that's price is down, you have to sell for less, but you get to buy for less. Stuff that's pink, you have to buy for more, but you can sell for more. Like this peach tin, I could very easily sell that for 9,000, no, 6,000 right now, with no effort. But I don't seem to have a lot of different food items, but that's plenty. I don't think I'll even need that much. But we're just gonna go with this, but you'll join me after I've fought a little bit, because TL can kick ass. I don't need to worry about you missing her showing off any. So, you'll join me there.